Today I want to speak to you from my heart. But let's get personal today. No, there are some things that happened to me a few years ago which had very adverse effects on me. About a few years ago, I fell seriously ill with malaria. Severe kind of malaria, acute malaria. And what happened was that during the course of the sickness, I was vomiting. It was a very nasty incident. But what worsened the situation was that I was given a particular drug that was seriously allergic to, but I mean, at the time I didn't know I was allergic to that kind of drug. So I took the drug and it had adverse effects on me. It took me about a year to fully recover from the disease and the side effects of the disease, not the disease. I mean, the malaria cleared, but it was just the side effects of the disease. Can you imagine that? So what happened, how I went through the whole process, it taught me three important lessons in life I want to share with you today. This is Entrepreneurial Hustle. And my name is Joshua Esaandoh. We talk about entrepreneurial and business kind of content, how to take your business to another level, and how to help startup entrepreneurs to develop their business ideas, scale to the next level. To enjoy more content like this, kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to click the notification bell to get it immediately it is released. Now, now, what happened was that I'm going to talk about the three things that I have learned from the situation that I went through. The three main lessons I learned from the situation I went through. The first one is that I learned to stop believing that nobody understands my situation. No, there are over 6 billion people in the world, and I think there should be over 7 billion in the world. So how can you believe the lie that you are the only person who understands yourself or understands the situation? I think that's one of the most serious lies that humans have told each other and humans have believed. That you're the only person who knows what you are going through, and that you're the only person who can understand your situation. Think about it. More than billions of people have lived and died, have passed through this world ever since the world began. Billions of people have died ever since the world began. How is it possible that you are the only person going through the unique particular situation in this world? That's impossible. What I'm saying is that if you came from the worst homes of the worst homes, you had broken parents, you had a broken family, your father was an alcoholic, your mother was an alcoholic, there's somebody who lived through that situation in life, overcame that situation and made the best out of it. Look for that person. Look for stories on that person. That's what I did. I looked for people who had overcome serious situations in their life, and I took their lessons, learned it, and that seriously changed my mindset about things. What this does, when you allow yourself to believe that you're the only person who knows what you are going through, it limits your mind and prevents you from moving to your next level, because then you believe that nobody can help you out. You're the only person with a solution to your problems. So don't fall into that trap of thinking that you're the only person who understands what you are going through. So that's the first thing I did. So what I did was that I listened to people like Joyce Meyer, who had a very terrible childhood. I mean, she was raped by her father, but she overcame it. I listened to people like Michael Todd. I listened to Gary Vee. So many people. So I took lessons from their lives, added it to mine. That helped me to prevent my mental situation from deteriorating any further, because it was really bad. I was full of so much fear and toxicity. And taking the lessons from these people's lives helped me to understand that. I mean, people help to understand that people have had even worse lives than my own, but they've still made it. So that if they have made it and they are human beings, there's nothing special about them apart from them being humans. In fact, they even had a serious disadvantage, but they still managed to make it. If they can do it, then I can do it. If I can do it, then you can also do it. Now, the second lesson I learned is the value of emotional support. I heard this quote somewhere, I don't know who made it, but it says that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. That's a very serious statement to make. It shows that no matter what happens to you, your reaction is what determines the direction of your life. Let's put this into perspective concerning the topic. Now, your reaction in life is mainly about your emotional maturity, your emotional strength. And your emotional strength, to a large extent, is determined by your emotional support. I've been blessed in this life to have great family, to have great friends who support and encourage me through every stage of the life I'm in. I mean, why get friends if you are not people who are there for you? Don't waste your time, people. Don't, I mean, you are born with your family. You can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends. Why will you choose people who are toxic and are negative to your lifestyle? Don't choose toxic friends. That's one of the few things you have control over in this life. Don't choose toxic friends. Get away from toxic and negative people who only complain about every situation in life. Choose people who are positive, people who are go-getters, people who are determined, people who don't allow negative situations to get them down. Get those kind of people around you, because eventually you become like the people that you are in contact with. That's how life is. That is just how life is. You can't change that principle. So then it's better to be around people who are positive, people who are not negative, people who are not always criticizing people who are full of so much energy, so much life. I mean, sometimes you meet people and they're full of life. It just rubs off on you. Get people like that, and things will be okay with you. And remember that the people around you determine your emotional strength, which also determines your support. So make sure that you cultivate a good atmosphere of emotional support around you, because we all need each other in life. We are not islands. So remember to get a good atmosphere of emotional support around you. Now the last thing is rock solid gratitude. I've never met anybody who is grateful and angry at the same time. You can't be grateful and depressed. And whenever you see seriously grateful people, they are full of so much. It's like they have a different understanding of life. When you don't focus on the bad things in life and you're full of gratitude and understanding, you look, even your appearance is different. Nothing can get you down. Your emotions are not dependent on your circumstances, because you know, because you can appreciate the little things in life. So my advice for you is that if you're somebody who is struggling with gratitude, just go to the hospital one day. You will definitely find something to be grateful for. You will definitely find something to be grateful for. You'll be grateful for the fact that you can walk. I mean, you'll be grateful for the fact that you can talk. There are so many people, if all they had was the chance to be able to move their bodies, to accomplish great things. You may not have money, but you can move your body. You have strength. You have intellect. It may be that you are old now, but still you can move. Maybe your people are dead, but you are not dead. Once there is life, there is hope. Don't give up. Don't allow yourself to give up. Anytime you feel like you're being caved in with so much worry, so much anxiety, just remember that all you're giving yourself is more gray hair. It's not solving your problems. Anxiety and worry does not solve your problems. What solves the problems? So what I personally do is that whenever I feel like I'm being killed, and I give myself 60 seconds or 1 minute to process every situation. Like let's let the anger, let everything just go through you. So that then start with your gratitude. Thank God for your legs, for your hands. Be grateful. You will definitely find something to be grateful about. I mean, you can even be grateful for the fact that you have not had malaria in a long time. You can be grateful. Definitely something that you find to be grateful about, no matter how insignificant it is. Just be grateful for it. And you realize that you have a different mental shift. Your mind shifts. Your mind becomes active. You are ready to work. You are ready to go get it. So these are the 3 things I learned from my situation I went through that helped me, helped my life, helped me to get everything, helped me to be focused and get stuff in life. So if you want to see content on how to develop your business, how to take your business to the next level, and how to be motivated to not give up during situations, like and subscribe to this channel. Now I want to give a shout out to Cecil Selassie King for his nice comment he left on the post. Thank you. See you next time.